Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Chillin with Cheap. Um, if you watch my regular videos, you know this series is a little bit different. I'm basically just creating a list of comics that are for sale. They've already made it through the live claim sales without being claimed. Some good books, and often new people to my channel want to know, if I have a list. So I'm working on putting a list together. I've got like 16 boxes or so that have gone through the sales without being claimed. So this is just me working on making a list. I figure as long as I'm doing it, I might as well go live, see if anybody wants to hang out. And gonna do it a little bit different this time around. Instead of going to the overhead camera, I'm just gonna show them on this screen. That way I'm on screen the entire time. If new people are coming in, they can tell what's going on. I think it might be a little more interesting that way. If Yoda wakes up, then you can see him moving and stuff like that. So anyway, that's just me. If you feel like chatting, leave a comment and I'll respond. And but otherwise, I'm just sitting here making a list of comics that will then go onto my Blogspot site, which there is a link in the description to that site. There's already 2 long boxes listed on there. We'll get this once we get this third box done, that will be on there as well. And we're just going to keep going. And I'll probably never run out of comics because I'm always buying more. So I know in the description it says it's like 16 long boxes, but that's actually there's actually more than that because I get more comics every week that have made it through the claim sale without being claimed. So anyway, just gonna go ahead and make a list. First off, I have Generation X number 44. And that was a fun series. I remember grabbing that series when it came out. I do have to turn the light on just so I can look up the date, so apologize if that's distracting. I'll try and turn it a little bit so there's not that glare on the edge of the screen too much. And that one's from 1998. And we got Gilgamesh 2, Volume 4, square-bound copy. Pretty clean. It does have like an indentation right there on the spine a little bit. I get Gilgamesh Volume 1 all the time. I think this is the first number 4 I've actually gotten in. I see number 1 a lot, but not the other volumes for some reason. Maybe number 1 had just a huge, much higher print run. It's from 1989. And Doom Patrol. Oh, I forgot to show it. Doom Patrol from 2017. This is number 7. And we got Fables. This is number 12. I think, not sure if this is the original series or not. I think it is. I read quite a bit of this series when it first came out. This is from 2003. And it's pretty good if you like fantasy stories. It's a good read. Forgot what year I said. 2003. And there's number 13. Tempest from Mars, my friend. How are you? I haven't seen you around in a bit. And here's Hard Corpse number 7 from Valiant. Pretty sure that's gonna be with me forever. Valiant issues don't seem to get picked up very much, but they've been publishing for a long time, so they must have their good points. Although I'll admit I haven't read them either. So. And this is, I take the tape off all these bags too if I open them. This is Hellshock number 1 by Jay Lee. From Image Comics. Don't know much about this one. It's from 1994. And it's number 1. And Chillin Red Tights got your package. Thank you as always. You're welcome, my friends. Thanks for stopping in. Here's Hellshock number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Wake up, Yoda. You're not talking to me. Yes, I did. The way of the lightsaber. I will teach you. It's showtime, buddy. Let's see. Here is I Am Batman number 10. I always have to find a new reason for another Batman title. Perhaps my cane you can use. And that's relatively news from 2022. 10. Here's Azrael, Agent of the Bat, number 64. Hey, Matt. I don't know. We'll find out together, I guess. It's whatever's in this long box. I was going to go live late last night, but I ran into difficulties trying to set it up. I decided heck with it, and I didn't feel like going that late anyway. It would have been up till like 2 or 3 in the morning if I'd done it. Abandon your treatment. Let's see, we got Authority number 14 from 2000. And Adventures in the Rifle Brigade number 3. Brian, how are you? Good to see you. Let's see, 100 Bullets, number 17. And this, not quite sure what this is. It's Fantastic Four number 1. No, it's not. 100th anniversary special Fantastic Four number 1, 2014. But it's not like a reprint, so it's got newer artwork in it. So not sure what that's all about. I guess they must have done a series of one-shots for the 100th anniversary or something. Well, I figured these are just, these are kind of boring. I'm just going through books that, are going to be listed on the site. So, and it's a nice little crossover because people that want to look at a list can look at the list, and people want to look at video can look at the video. And if they see something on the list, they can check it out on the video to see the condition, in person. But in the long run, it should save me quite a bit of time eventually. But also, if I do it at night, I might get some viewers that I wouldn't normally get in. So anyway, here's Green Lantern Zero. I'm gonna forget to show them. That's so dang cool. Can't find the little print. There it is. Hate it when they hide it in the middle of the book. All right, so this is Fables number 55. Yeah, it's 55. This is the one where they put the 55 crossways, so it looks like the little symbol that the Nazis or somebody used to use. I forget who it was. Here's number 65. Hey, Josh. Thanks. Oh, I forgot to respond to your email. But yeah. Yeah, I like the books you sent. There's probably about half of them will go directly into a sale, but the other ones, the older ones, I absolutely love. So thank you very much. Here's Matt's thinking about getting a hand puppet. Yeah, I was watching Razor's show Sunday, and there was a guy that came on that had like a South Park avatar because he didn't want to be on camera at that particular moment, but its mouth moved and stuff as an animated character, and I thought that was pretty cool. I've been spent a little bit of time today trying to figure out how to make an animated character to use, but everybody wants money for it, basically, that I could find. And this one is FF number 10 from 2011. A Jedi uses the Force for defense or attack. Being at the beach is a nice time, Scotty. 22. Yeah, Yoda freaks me out a little bit too. He gets a little crazy sometimes. I don't know, Scotty. How do you know when yogurt goes bad? Is there a punchline, or is it just is the question itself a punchline? Let's see what else we got. All right, so we got a full set of Batwing. You'd have thought that was funny. Batwing from 2011, New 52. This is number 1. A lightsaber born. Each Jedi choose. Speed, strength, intensity. Perform must and master. Watch me, you can. Ready, there's number 2. Number 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. And the 0 issue.
What question do you have?
My cat definitely did not like Yoda when I had a cat. You can there's different phrases you can say to Yoda to make him interact and do things. And then if he also has a cane, if you put the cane in his hand rather than the lightsaber, then he does different. It's like a different mode where he does different phrases. He's more in teach mode instead of battle mode. He also moves if you put him on a flat. He has wheels, so you put him on like a flat, even surface. He will move around and spin and do other stuff as well. I don't know if that part works on this anymore, but let's see some more Batwing. There's number 13. And let's see, that's the end of 2012. There's number 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
May the force be with
22, 23, 24. Unfortunately, the only catchphrase I remember
Pray,
to get him to do anything was Dark Side.
what we can and follow.
Because that would send him into the just going all over the place and going crazy. Dark Side.
The dark side. Yes. A Jedi string blows from the force, but beware of the dark side.
And it's more Batwing. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34.
The force is with you, young Padawan.
I guess 34 was the last issue. Somehow I had an issue of Iron Man in there.
Much to learn, you still have.
You haven't been eating lunch a whole lot lately either. Just haven't, I don't know if it's the heat or what, but just haven't felt very hungry around lunchtime. And here's Iron Man number 11. It's a second printing. It says um, the modern Iron Man series confuse me because they have like the Director of Shield ones and stuff like that, but apparently they're still the Invincible Iron Man series. I don't know. I get confused. All right. See you later, Matt. Good luck with your show. I pick your vein about whatnot again. Probably do it tomorrow night if you can hang out after Aaron's show. And yeah, here's what I was talking about. This is Iron Man, Director of Shield. It says on the cover, but apparently it's just an issue of Invincible Iron Man. Why don't they just call him all Iron Man? I am thinking about doing a whatnot show. I heard a couple things that I didn't like, so I want to get clarification from Matt because he has experience on there. Um, I was told that they charge you 30 cents per item regardless of whether it sells or not. Um, and I want to find out if that's correct or not because that's kind of a deal killer for me. Or if it's just certain things. It would explain why some people do their shows a certain way where they don't run anything unless somebody asks them to and stuff like that. But I've got a lot of books, and honestly, if I have to make more sales if I because right now um, people are kind of cherry picking the sales a little bit, which I don't blame them. It's rare that there's a modern issue that somebody wants.
More.
So everybody's going after the older books like the Silver Age and stuff, which of course they're going to.
Always.
But there's been a real steep drop off in the other books like the Bronze Age and stuff like that. So, um, I can't continue to run like Silver Age books for $2 if the other stuff isn't selling as well, because that's what makes up for it. The only way I get those books is if I buy them in bulk. So if I'm not selling the majority of the bulk, then eventually I'm going to be in trouble here. So I'm looking for like an alternative, and I see stuff that I run for $2, that sometimes doesn't even sell, and then I'm looking at whatnot, and it'll sell on somebody's channel for $5 or $6 at an auction. Um, so I'm just looking for an alternative, basically, so I can try to keep the YouTube sales going. Yeah, I could do price tiers on. I do plan on if there's books that make it that far that are worth something that you know, then yeah, I would not charge $2 for a Silver Age or something like that on the list. You know, I'll still run it through the sales, but if it makes it through the sale, then I usually grab it. So it would have to make it through a sale, and I would already have to have it in order for it to make it further than that. Um, so yeah, it's a complicated process, and it's always changing what I decide I want to keep. It all depends on what mood I'm in that day. If I feel like I need to make some money that day, I'll put stuff up for sale that I'm like the day before I would have kept. So it's hard. Everything's a decision. There's Justice League number 17 from 2017. Yeah, I mean, it could do that. It's just for me, the intention was never to make money, and unfortunately, it's becoming that I do need to make money from it. Um, so it's I don't know it's taking kind of a lot of the fun out of it for me. It was a lot more fun to just you know go ahead and do the sales and not worry about it. But things change. Here's Justice League 55, Death Metal crossover. Oh, two copies of that. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'm losing money at this point. Although if I had many sales like this last Saturday, I probably would be. Um, I think I pretty much have broken even. And then, I mean, if you look at the thousands of comics that I kept, I'm ahead. Um, but I'd like to. I mean, that's one of the reasons I want to get monetized. If I can get big enough, then the channel pays for itself, and then we can have fun. But unfortunately, my personal finances have taken a dive with my arcade business in Justice League 58, 2021. Um, and so I'm kind of eyeing, trying to turn it into an actual money making thing. Um, but I don't want to change the $2 sales. They're fun. Everybody has a great time. So if I can make a few bucks on Whatnot selling stuff that you guys don't want, then that'd be awesome. So, but if it's a thing where they're going to charge me for everything I run, and regardless of whether it sells or not, then that would just put me further in the hole. No, you still can't get monetized. You can do a few things. Here's Monstrous Book of the Dead #1. Um, you can. There's different things you can do. You can set up for like the super chats where you guys send me money and stuff like that, but that's silly. I can link to a store and sell T-shirts and stuff like that. Um, but it's not to the point. You still have to have 1,000 in order to run ads and just get, make money passively, instead of begging for it. It's Enigma number three.
Yeah. Follow.
Oh yeah, I'm way over watch hours. Way, way over the watch hours I need to get monetized. I just need the subscribers. Um, so there are things that you can do at 500 subscribers. It's just there isn't anything that I want to do. Yeah, Cobra number 4 from 2000, IDW series.
Set aside my expectations for I
Yeah, we're working on it, Scotty. It's getting there. I'm at 575 as of yesterday. Um, so we're actually climbing to the 600 mark pretty fast. Um, it's we're getting there. It's just I mean, I don't know how many subscribers you actually need to make any money doing the ads. Um, hey Heath, whatever you want. Yeah, that's that they if YouTube figures out that you're doing that kind of stuff, then they shut you down. So I don't wanna risk that. Here's Federal Vampire and Zombie Agency exclusive preview from Radical Comics. Cool art. I'm surprised this didn't get picked up.
the forest. Yep, right about. Meditating on the forest. Very nice.
Lady Killer number 4. Ah, Lady Killer 2 number 4. This is the sequel. Oh, you can have other accounts. You just can't have, you know, you they go through and they weed out all the bot accounts and stuff like that. So if people signed up with a second account that wasn't active, eventually it would just get taken out anyway. I believe anyway. And here's Wolverine Origins
More.
number 16. Oh, this one looks like it's got some water damage.
Rainfall. More events.
Yeah, got water damage on the bottom, but it's the slick paper, so it, it only affects it so much. And here's Alley Cats number 3. Make about $13 a month from ads. I have a friends with another channel who I've talked to locally in Orlando. They have about 20,000 subscribers, and he says that he makes about $1,000 in ad revenue every 4 or 5 videos that he does. So basically, yeah, once or twice a week he makes $1,000. That would be a wonderful help for me, all of us, I'm sure. But since I have to stay home and take care of my mom, I need some sort of passive income that can come in like that. So definitely trying to get there. Hey, quite enough there. How you doing, buddy? Happy to see you again. Need lots of views to make that money. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, QNS, we're just talking about getting monetized and what it takes and is it worthwhile and stuff like that.
From the forest. But beware of the dark side. Extend your hand, mouse, and push the forest.
Yeah, every time my friend posts a video, within like 4 hours they'll already have 300 or 400 views on it. It's super popular channel, and it's I might as well tell you it is brain went blank.
Strong in the forest.
Comics Den. I mean, you guys know him. So probably figured that's who I was talking about anyway. But they get a lot of views. They have a lot of loyal viewers. Here's Suicide. It's Future State Suicide Squad number 2. Which means I put it in the wrong place in the list.
Meditate on the forest. I must.
Wow, 5,000 a month doing metal detecting videos. I would watch. There was a time in my life I would have watched that. I was always real interested in metal detecting. My brother got one when we were kids, and we got a great big hit in our gravel driveway, in the middle of our gravel driveway, and we circled around it with the metal detector. It wasn't a pipe. There was something buried underneath the driveway, and it was gravel, so we could dig. And we dug down about 2 feet before we finally found it. And all it was an old rusty coffee can that had nothing in it. Just a piece of garbage that somebody threw there when they were making the driveway. But he used to go out and find like some old coins and stuff in the parks and stuff like that once in a
The
while.
dark side. That's it. There.
Yeah, I bet you can find some great stuff on the beach. I mean, there's always stuff washing up and people losing stuff and so forth.
The board. Don't you have your head?
Here is Green Lantern 43, 2015.
Reach out your hand.
Modern Green Lanterns do not sell
Reach out.
at all. I guess maybe that terrible movie killed him. I don't know. Or that, I don't know.
But you are not Jedi yet. And your dream was not.
Yeah, you really got to wonder about some of these companies and the movies they're making, what it is they're thinking. Here's Convergence number 8. 3.
The force is with you. Young Admiral.
And here's Features and Superboy number 1. Um, that's not the lenticular cover though; it's just the regular cover. Oh, that could be. Yeah, I always forget that they do things like that. Um, Disney, I know Disney. Last couple of years, Disney's just shut down projects and just so they could take the tax write off on stuff. It's crazy to me. It sounds like it should be illegal. Here's Forever Evil Rogues Rebellion number 6 and number 5. Exactly. I didn't want to see Batwoman anyway, so that one I don't care about too much. Here's World War Hulk number 4.
The force. Strong in the force. Nothing speak against your strength. Now. strong in the force fight. Look at me and your strength. Reach out. Again, your hand also, but also your mind. Out. The force flows.
Here's Stormwatch, Post-Human Division Armageddon #1. That was my phone giving me a notification for something or another. Let's see what it was. It's Instagram. And here is a series I don't even know what it is. Is Mind? I want to say Mind Management, but I don't know. The Mind MGMT is actually the what's listed, so I don't know if that's what the MGT stands for or not. This is number 25. You're welcome, Jonas. Thank you. Squitter number 44. And Doom's 4, number 2. And number 3.
The dark side. I sense
And
not
here's
the dark
Green
side.
Lantern Corps, number
But force
42.
is strong in this one. Strong in the was right against me, against your street.
The box number 3 will be on the list at the end of the show, because what I do is all I have to do is copy the list I'm creating and then paste it into the website. So later today, and then I'll probably never stop at this point. I know I've got at least 16 long boxes and probably a couple more than that, but after every sale, there's comics left over, so I try to run them a couple times before I put them on the website. So that's why you see some stuff on Mondays. If I think it's something that will sell, I'll go ahead and put it on a Monday show on Aaron's channel. And then I also have a box of stuff that I just set aside if it hasn't sold, because I know it will sell. You just got to get the right eyes on it. So, although if I do end up doing a whatnot show, then that may change if I need, if the stuff sells on there. I mean, that's great, because then it gives me cash flow to keep going, and we can, get even better stuff and more stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I need some answers to some questions before I do a whatnot show. Here's Invincible Iron Man 500.1. No, he doesn't dance. I wish they did have a dance mode for him. That would be cool. What's interesting is that what I found out, and I just tried it a little while ago, and you guys haven't responded to it, so I know you can't hear it, is I'm playing music right now on the computer. But StreamYard doesn't pick it up for some reason. I mean, it picks up Yoda, it picks up my phone when it goes off, picks up the TV from the other room, but if the sound is coming from my computer that I'm running StreamYard on, it doesn't. For some reason, it can block it out. And I noticed that when I was trying to use sound effects on Aaron's show and wasn't getting a reaction to anybody. And I went back and I watched the video, and I'm like, oh, none of the sound effects are there that I was playing. And so I decided a little bit ago I turned music on, because I have a Pandora account where it just plays music that I like. And so I'm listening to music while I'm doing this, but you guys can't hear it. And which, if you could hear it, I'd have to turn it off because YouTube would block me. But that's kind of cool that it does that. Oh, I didn't show that one. Invincible Iron Man 510. Here's 511. Apparently, there's more than one run of Invincible Iron Man.
Adventure, excitement, the Jedi crave not.
It's 512. 525.
Meditate upon the Lord.
Uh, 523.
Abandon your you must not.
522.
The voice
Uh,
of Babylon.
Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Dark Knight's Metal #1. Green Lantern Lost Army #2. Oh, Yoda did lose his saber. What's the matter, Yoda? Yeah. Hold still.
The way of the lightsaber. I will teach you. My stubborn still has.
'Here's Convergence Harley Quinn #2. I like this one because of Captain Carrot on the cover.
Abandon your you must not.
Superman 35.
May the force be with you.
34. Here's Hulk number 5. Nice, nice Alex Ross cover. That's cool. Number 4. Number 3. And number 1. I mean, just that fact that Alex Ross cover can get through the claim sales, it amazes me.
The boys. Compatible.
We got Trinity of Sin, Pandora, number 4. Number 3. Number 2.
The dark side.
Here's Wanted Weapons of Fate special number 1 from 2009.
Strong dark side. Sorry, foe. The dark side. Yes. Destroy the city. We must.
Not sure where my magnifying glass went. Oh well, anyway, this is Versus number 2.
Meditate upon the forest. I must.
Good question. Without my magnifying glass, I can't tell. It might be V5. It's probably V5. I think you're right.
Impossible to see. Yes.
And I hear my mom calling me. I'll be right back, guys. Dark side.
A question do you have? The dark side. Yes. Destroy the set. Us.
All right, I'm back for a little bit, and then I'll have to go help her back again. Oh, I forgot to mention too. Friday, I'm going to Joe's comic sale that they show on the comic stand sometimes. And I'll be digging through his 50-cent books. So if anybody has any titles they want me to like keep an lookout for, well, let me know. I know Matt's looking for GI Joe, and Scotty and Metarog are looking for like the spare Christian books. Brigade number 0. But if you guys have any, titles especially that you want me to keep an eye out for, I will try to. I probably can't do specific issue numbers. That'd be too difficult. But if there's something, certain titles in particular you want me to eye out for, I will do that. I haven't even shown the books I got from his last sale actually yet. We're still sitting in the living room, still working our way through the whatnot boxes. The Roche Limits number 1, a Phantom Force variant with a sketch cover on the back. Oh, thanks, Scotty. I mean, you don't have to. I've got enough hour. I got more than enough hours, but well, it actually, I guess it helps the algorithm from the videos I've watched. They say that if people watch all the way through, then the algorithm assumes people like it and it pushes it out to more people. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they say.
Always.
Here's Cyberforce number 21. Spider-Man 1602, number 4.
And the force be with you.
Red Lanterns, number 21.
Meditate upon the force. I must.
Wow, I'm surprised to see this in here. Maybe I didn't know what it was. I didn't tell people what it was good enough. Um, Civil War 2, number 7, but that's a Jim Steranko variant cover. So that's pretty cool. In fact, that might need to go in the whatnot box. I'll leave it in here for now. Here's Invincible Iron Man, 521, 519, 518, 517, 516,
The force is with you. Young Fatball.
515, and 514. So nice little run there of Municipal Iron Man. 510 to 525. I think it's only missing a couple in between, which could still be in the box somewhere. Oh, better go check on my mom. Be right back.
Abandoned country. It must not. Much to learn, you still have. Soon, I will rest. Earned it, I have.
Alrighty, back again. That should be the last time I got to leave for quite a while, I hope. Wish there was a way to pause when something like that happens on a live stream, but isn't a way to do it that I'm aware of. Let's see, here's Cyberforce 14 from 1995. The empty number 3. There's number 2. G.I. Joe, number 7 from IDW, or from Image, I'm sorry. Forgot they had it for a while. Seeing a date on it. 2002. Ghost Rider, number 51. Hey, Steve, how's it going? And I got From Under the Mountains, number 1. This actually looks like it could be kind of cool. The art's not the greatest in it, but looks like it's got a nice, solid story to it. Got some like design elements and stuff shown in the back when they were developing it and stuff. I always think those are kind of fun. Got a map of the area they're in. And Spawn, number 314. I was surprised when Spawn doesn't sell, but and it actually rarely sells for me. I guess the people that like it just go ahead and get it when it's new. It's got seems to have a pretty big following. Spawn the Undead, number 3. Extreme X-Men number 18, 2002. I'm surprised that the newer Claremont runs like this aren't more popular. I mean, everybody loved him when he was on X-Men, developing the storylines and stuff. But I guess because he wasn't on the main X title for some reason, they don't like that as much. Maybe his writing just changed over the years. I don't know. I haven't had enough of the issues to read them really. I read an issue here and there. Here's Hulk number 6. This is the Rise of the Magi number 2 from Image. Amazing X-Men number 14. Future Imperfect number 1, 2015. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And number 5. All New X-Men number 3. X-Men Deadly Genesis number 5. I should probably check on this one to make sure that's the actual title. It's not like Deadly Genesis X-Men or something. Nope, that's right. Oh. And all right. These next 4, I think I'm going to keep, at least for the time being. At one point, I was going to sell them. This is one of those series where I kind of flutter back and forth on whether I want to keep it or not, but they don't sell anyway, so I might as well go ahead and keep them. I think I'm missing one issue, but it was a series of one shots for the Outsiders. It's 5 of a kind. This is the Katana and Shazam one. Thunder and Martian Manhunter. Nightwing and Captain Boomerang. And Metamorpho and Aquaman. And the different various Outsiders series are ones that I've kind of been putting together. Like I said, it's one of those series where it depends on how I'm feeling at the moment, whether I keep it or put it up for sale. And here's Extreme X-Men number 7. Number 9. Number 10. Number 26. Number 22. Number 13. All the various X-Men titles are ones I flutter back and forth on whether I want to keep them or not as well. There's just so many of the modern ones that I don't have the room. Usually comes down to, with all those kind of choices, it usually comes down to, do I have the room or not? Try to concentrate on older books. I'm pretty much just trying to put Uncanny X-Men together, and the rest of them I let go. Number 27. Number 36. Some great storm covers on this series. And number 35. Number 34. Oh, I will retire Yoda for now. I need the room for the books. Honestly, buddy. Oh, there's a magnifying glass was sitting under the books. Not usually that easy to find. All right, we have the OMAC project, number 1. Haven't had to worry about condition too much in this box. I only had that one issue with some water damage, and that was it. Here's Swamp Thing, number 13. I was surprised when Swamp Thing doesn't. It's kind of a very popular title in the sales. But then again, sometimes it seems like it's popular, but it's the same person buying it, and then once they have it, they have it. Right? So, Midnighter number 4. Nightwing number 30, 2017. There's a couple guys out there trying to put those together, it seems like. It's a miniseries. Nightwing, The New Order, number 5. The Terrifics, number 20. Number 21. And some Modern Flash, number 83 from 2020. Was surprised in the last week or two, people have been jumping on the older Flash series and grabbing those. That caught me a little bit by surprise. I mean, usually if the issue's old enough, it will sell, but um, I wasn't expecting that much interest in those Flashes because I've had ones before that ended up in my collection because nobody wanted them. And we have the next Batman Second Son, number 2. We got Realm of the Dead, number 1 from Caliber Press. Here's The Strangers, number 8. The Ultraverse. Prime, number 16. Number 14. Number 13. And from 2014 Image, we have That's Because You're a Robot, number 1. It's a one shot. Yeah. There's another copy of that Roche Limit, number 1, Phantom Force variant, sketch cover, back, same issue. Oh, I got something in the other day that struck me as odd. Where did I put it? Just came in yesterday. There it is. It's a giveaway that I won on whatnot, and it's Skylanders number 2, but it's listed as like a retailer's incentive cover, which didn't make a whole lot of sense to me because it's got the cover exposure logo in the corner, or comic exposure. Oh, it's a retail. I'm sorry, it's a retailer exclusive. I read it wrong. Not a incentive. So it's got a special cover. It's also ripped down here. I didn't notice that. It sent me a. I actually got this from Comic Exposure, so I guess it's for free. I can't complain, but I think they do a little bit better job of representing themselves. Oh, that two Tales of Ordinary Madness, number 2. And also from the Ultraverse, we have a Ripfire Zero, which is not a title I see very often. A wraparound cover. Oh, thanks, Brian. Marvel Team Up, Star Wars, and all main Spidey table runs. Okay. Um, yeah, I usually pick up Marvel Team Up if I see them, no matter what. And Star Wars, I collect Star Wars too, so I usually grab those and then put them through the sale first. There's actually quite a few Dark Horse Star Wars in last night's show on Aaron's channel. If you're interested in those. And then Spider-Man titles, I usually pick up Amazing and Spectacular if I see them, and then Web of Spider-Man if they're earlier issues. So there's a pretty good chance I'll have some stuff that you'll like down the road here. I'll check out your email right after I get done with this show. This one's gonna take a while, so I want to get through this first and not drag it out. Here we have Soulfire Chaos Reign 0. Aspen Comics 2006. Dark Horse, we got Catalyst Agents of Change #3. Another title that I'm not familiar with. A lot of titles I'm not familiar with anymore. I wonder if that's one of the reasons we prefer older comics is because it's just there's so much that's familiar, whereas the newer stuff there's so much that is unknown. Empress #1. And here's a second copy of Squitter #44. And another copy of Mind Management 25. Looks like got a little pile of repeats in here. There's another Dooms 4 in here too. Oh no, that's a different issue. Same title. Dooms 4 from 1994, #4. Marvel Star Wars. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely pick up those when I see them, but if I see them for on the cheap, they're usually pretty beat up. But I do grab them when I see them. Here's Weird World #3. New stuff is too violent for me. Yeah, a lot of it, I agree with that. I like a story. The reason a lot of the new comics are just excuses for fight scenes. There's not really, and it's just one continuing, ongoing thing. They don't seem to realize they can actually have an end to a storyline and still continue the series. So sometimes, at least with the Marvel and DC books, the independent stuff is a lot more varied. Civil War II Zero issue number one. Number two. Yeah, not too much. And even some of the writers I like are hit and miss sometimes. Here's Civil War II, number two, another Steranko variant. Really surprised those are in. I forgot these were in. If I had realized that they were Steranko variants when I was going through my books real quick to see what I wanted to sell, I probably would have never thrown them. But oh well, it's modern stuff, and I gotta draw the line often. Civil War II, choosing sides, number one. Yeah, the art is again. There's no, it's like where's the next generation of artists? It's all this kind of not exactly manga-ish, but kind of cartoon. It's all got this cartoony kind of feel to it, where a lot of it looks the same instead of a artist having like their own style. And um, I do I do feel we talked about that a little bit recently. We touched on the fact that we discovered that the modern day colorists um, sometimes change the art a little bit. I got a piece of original art when I went to Comics Den sale about a month ago, and comparing that to the printed comic, it shows that the colorist changed some things. Now, whether that's by direction of the artists or if they just get to do it, I'm not sure. Um, but it made me think about how the lack of backgrounds in modern comics and how some of that might be due to the fact that it's all computer colorized now, where it's just simpler and faster for them to do artwork that doesn't have that much detail to it. And I think that's part of the reason we've seen it go to that kind of style. Unfortunately, it's not very interesting. Got Citizen V and the Battalions, number one. Excalibur #1 from 2004. It's #2. There's All New X-Men #4. And this is that series where I'm never sure exactly what the title is. Marvel Knights Hulk. It's what it says on the cover. What do you know? Marvel Knights Hulk #2. And then of course you also have these weird editorial decisions sometimes, like to make 2/3 of the cover a trade dress instead of actual artwork. It's just odd. I probably shouldn't be bad mouthing the modern books when I'm trying to sell them. Anyway, there's #3. I forgot to show it. So yeah, and they did that with those Civil War covers and stuff too, where they only did like half the cover. This is #4. But all they had to do was turn that sideways and put that out over the entire cover, and it would have made a great cover. It's just I don't understand. And here is the Separators #1. And here's Ant-Man, the Larger Than Life #1. Oh, #11. Civil War will return #1. Amazing Spider-Man presents American Son, #1. And here's a Wizard magazine, 2001, number 120. Says free Final Fantasy CD-ROM inside, but that's not there anymore. The whole thing bends. So. Ran Thanagar War, #1. Yeah, I wonder if they actually pay an artist for stuff like that. White cover with a yellow splotch on it. Here's Hulk #10, Hulk versus Red Hulk. And #15. Looks like they're still fighting 5 issues later. Superman #43 from 2015. Dark Days, the casting, #1. The Invaders, #3, 2019 series. #9. And some death metal one shots. We got Dark Knight's Death Metal Multiverse End and Rise of the New Gods. Or New God, actually. This time I've been reading them. Yep, still going, Scotty. Got a little ways to go yet. Here's Wildstar #1. Out of all the image books I've shown so far on the channel, this is one I've actually sold a couple copies of. Most image, nobody has any interest in. It seems like. The Extremist #4. Vertigo. Well, it's a good thing it shut down anyway. So they couldn't get much. I had my identity uh, stolen once when I was working in Georgia, um, and they had made a fake ID for me, but they didn't know that Florida driver's licenses have an extra digit. Um, so they got shut down pretty quick. I don't think they caught them, but they caught that it was fake before it got too far. And but it was a hassle, getting it all straightened out. Here's Warriors of Plaza #3. Maybe I showed it. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I want to talk to them so bad they just go be with them. Soulfire Chaos Reigns Beginnings #1. There was one other time uh, a credit card got compromised, but it wasn't a credit card that I had ever activated. It was just sitting in my files with nobody having access to it. Um, and then like years later, 3, 4 years later, you know how sometimes I'll just send you a credit card and say, "Here, go ahead and activate this," but you just don't do it. Um, it was one of those. I'd never even opened an account with them. Like 3 or 4 years later, I get a bill in the mail for like I forget $1,500, something like that. And supposedly they had bought airline tickets to India or somewhere. Or so I called the company and said, "Hey, like, well, are you sure it's fake?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's fake." I said, "And wherever the leak is, it's actually on your end because this thing's been sitting in my files for ever since you sent it to me. I never even activated it." And so when I told him that, then the guy got rude with me and wanted to be a jerk. And I was like, "Well, maybe you can explain to me how they can use a card that I've never activated. Why is it even active where they can use it?" And of course, he didn't have an explanation for that. He's like, "Well, do you want us to send you a new card?" And I was like, "No, I never wanted the old card. That's why it's sitting still sealed in an envelope in my files." Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, it'd be like my mom trying to question my mom. She'd get so lost, I wouldn't even know what the people were talking to her about. I barely know what half of what they're talking about when they talk about technology. So I don't know if I showed you this one or not. Sorry. Wanted #5. It's pretty cool cover. Blaze Legacy of Blood #3. Here's Solution #1. Prime number 17. Prime number 15. Nice horror cover. Iron Man 7 from 1997. Number 6. Number 5. Number 4, the Christmas cover. Spooks Omega Team 3. Alien Legion on Civil War number 2. Titan Comics. And then we have Titan Special from Dark Horse Comics. And then we have Wraithborn Halloween Comic Fest number 1 from 2016. See you, Scotty. Have a good night. Day, whatever it is. What time is it? It's 3:30. Still got plenty of time to do stuff. Grim Fairy Tales of the Piper, number 3. Don't come across very many Zenoscope comics in the cheap bar bins, it seems like. I think a lot of the smaller publishers actually keep a pretty strong control over their print runs, where they print what they're selling and not really any overruns. I think that's why we don't see much show it up in some of the bins for some of the smaller publishers. I mean, other than the fact that they have smaller print ones to begin with. We've got Extraordinary X-Men number 1, 2. We've got Bad Rock, 1995. This is 1C. I guess that means it's a C cover. I don't really know for sure. That's what I'm thinking. I do not really have an end game. Um, my end game at this point only goes until when my mother passes away, and then after that, I will have to redefine myself. I'm not. I don't know. There's Weird World number 1, and to be, I mean, I did just start recollecting um, like a year and a half ago. It hasn't been that long that I've been back into it, so I haven't really thought about it too much. Number 2, Weird World. We had 3 earlier, so that's the first 3 issues of that. And we got Stillfire Chaos Rain number 1. And we got Rune number 4. And Minimum Wage number 1. There's number 2. Number 6. Mr. Miracle, number 19. Oh, there it is right inside the first page. Jeez. Yeah, my sister asked me that when she was down the last time. Here we have Cage, Marvel Max number 3. And I didn't really have an answer for her. I just told her well, if I'm gone, I don't really care what you do with them, but, sell them, give them away, whatever you want to do. It's not that difficult to sell them if you don't care what you get for them. Here's another Spooks Omega Team number 3, but this is a different cover. I don't know. I guess this is cover B. The other one was cover A. It's nice when they tell you, that way you can put it in the list. There's Wanted number 4. Here we got Gravel Combat Magician #1, 2014. And here's Prime Infinity, talking about creative covers. That's probably the only way they get full value for them. Got Hard Case #1 from 1993. All New Exiles Infinity, the black cover. From Chaos Comics, we have the Detonator #2. Don't see much from Chaos either. Every once in a while, I get a couple. We got Bloodstrike #1 from 1993. I got Midas Flesh #2. I got Millennium #7. Might be the oldest book in this box. At least it's from the 80s. Why, yes, it is, Josh. I don't think it fits anymore, but if you check me out on Halloween, you might see me wearing the mask. When you record your videos a month ahead of time, You have to prepare. Eternals number 5. And I don't think I showed the previous one. Enigma number 7. Nice run of Daredevil. Although usually when I see DD, I think of Donald Duck. That's just me. Floaters number 4, whatever that is. And then Freak Force number 1. I remember somebody saying this was a pretty good series, actually. There's number 1, number 3, number 5, and number 7. Oh my. And then lastly, in this box, I have the complete run of Convergence and all of the miniseries. So 87 issues altogether, I think it is. Crazy. Plus some extra covers probably in there too, I think. So there's number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6, number 7, and then number 8, which we had another copy of that earlier. Not sure if it was the same cover or not, but there was 8 issues in the series, and then they had like a gazillion miniseries, which are coming up. I have to figure out a way to differentiate the covers on these for the list. It's like these are the regular covers. This is Action Comics 1 and 2 of the Convergence series. And then a lot of the ones that I have are these covers. And this was actually considered the special variant cover, I guess. Um, but they're just dumb. Yeah, variant cover designed by Chip Kidd. So I guess I can just list them as variant covers. But in my opinion, you would want the regular covers, not these things. There's number 2, Adventures of Superman. That was number 1. In fact, I've seen people list these as the variant covers, but they're not. These are the regular covers. So there's Aquaman 1, Aquaman 2. I guess if you put them together, they're kind of a connecting cover with the two splitting apart, sort of. It's just weird. There's the Atom number 1, number 2. Yeah, the only really savings grace for these covers is that they did use um like artwork sometimes from classic creators, like the Adventures of Superman was Kurt Swan art. Um, yeah, but then they did this whole weird thing with the artwork so that it's not attractive at all. Batgirl number 1, 2, Maybe even embarrassed to just show the covers. It's the same thing over and over and over again. Makes listing them a little bit easier since I know what the title is and they're in order. There's Batman and Robin 1, 2. Batman and the Outsiders, number 1, number 2. Yeah, might as well have been. Batman Shadow of the Bat 1 and 2. And I mean, to be fair, they did have the regular versions, which were much better covers. I don't know why they would do a variant covers with such ugly covers, but they did. We will occasionally hit the regular cover as I go through these, but most of them are the variant ones. Blue Beetle number 1, number 2. Booster Gold number 1. Oh, one I put in upside down. Yeah, it's a bad cover too. Probably got tired of looking at it. That one, number 1, number 2. Crime Syndicate 1 and 2. Hey, Missing Mars. Yeah, I don't think there was anything in this box you would have wanted. I think the oldest thing in here was a copy of Millennium #7, something like that, I think. The good stuff gets claimed, as you know. Detective 1, 2. Flash 1, 2. I sworn I had at least a few regular comics. We are only up to Green Arrow. And there he is, #1, #2. Green Lantern Corps, #1. Can you imagine going in the weeks that they were doing these? Because they replaced all the regular titles with these, right? While they were doing it. And the whole wall for DC is nothing but this stuff. Crazy. Got Green Lantern Parallax, #1, #2. Oh, my mom's calling me again. I'll be back in a flash, guys. And I'm back. She just wanted the channel changed. And the Jackson Roy Kirk's in the house. Hey, buddy. And we got Harley Quinn, number one. Number two, Convergence. And the regular cover earlier, towards the beginning of the box. I'm never going to want to take the word convergence again. Or variant either, for that matter. Hawkman, number one. Number two. Okay, yeah, I'll keep my eyes open. I'm actually going to Joe's on Friday uh, to pick up some books out of the 50 centers. So I will see what I can find for Shadow Strikes. That'd be awesome. Here's Convergence Infinity Inc. Number one. Number two. I just got a box of Silver Surfer books to send to you. If you're talking to me, that'd be great. Thank you. Never, ever have passed up free comics. Convergence Justice League, number one. Number two. To another box. Yeah, not today, man. I might, we'll see. I don't know. It takes a lot out of you to do a box. Justice League International, number one. Number two. Justice League of America, number one. Number two. Justice Society of America, number one. And number two. And I gotta go fix that because I typed Justice League again instead of Justice Society. Convergence to Teen Titans #1, #2. At least they used Donna Troy on the cover. Got Convergence, Nightwing, Oracle, #1, #2. Might as well be done. All I'm doing is going through the rest of the Convergence series, and then I'm done with the box. Finally. Convergence, Plastic Man, and the Freedom Fighters, #1, #2. I remember right, that was one of the few Convergence series that I actually enjoyed. I have to go back and watch my video to remind myself which ones are these are good and which ones I didn't care for. Question #1, #2. Maybe I just put all the regular covers at the end on the pile. So I know I had at least a couple. Here's Convergence Shazam, #1, #2. John, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a Whatnot show after your success that first Friday. But somebody told me that Whatnot charges you for what you show, regardless of whether it sells or not. Do you know if that's true or not? Speed Force 1, 2. Not true. Okay, I didn't think so. I'm thinking I know they charge for like giveaways, because obviously you need to ship it and so forth, and they provide the shipping label. So I know they do giveaways that way, but it didn't make sense to me that they would do everything. So yeah, that's good. Good to know. Suicide Squad 1, 2. Okay, that could be. Well, I mean, we were talking specifically comics, I believe, but I was also under the impression that um yeah, the guy that was saying so might have been trying to discourage the person he was talking to. Wasn't me. I just heard it secondhand, but um it didn't make sense to me, but then I thought, well, maybe it does make sense because I see these guys where they don't really run anything unless somebody asks them to. And I thought, well, maybe that's why they do it that way. But number one, number two of Superboy on Convergence. Can't even talk anymore. So yeah, if that's the case, I'll probably go ahead and maybe do a show. I just got too many books piling up, and it would be nice to have a second outlet. I can run it, and it doesn't cost me anything. Then why not? It's just time. So, Convergence, Legion of Superheroes, 1, 2, and we are getting our way through these things. How do you set your shipping? Yeah, that's why I was gonna do one this week, and then I heard that, and I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to. Um, but I've only got like until Friday, I think, to do it and still be eligible for the money match. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about doing one on Friday night, but I'm actually going to Joe's Friday during the day, and then I'm doing the sale, Saturday. So that would be a lot. So I don't know if I'll make it in time to get the money match or not. Here's Convergence Supergirl 1 and 2. Yeah, I don't go Saturday because of the sale, pretty much. I mean, if you had it on Saturday, I'd just cancel the sale and go on Saturday. But since I can go on Friday and still do the sale, that's what I do. I got Superman 1 and 2. I should probably just do a show so I can try for the money match, regardless um, of doing it when I want to, because otherwise I'll miss out on the money match. I wanted to do one on Friday night since when I saw how good you did on your first show on Friday night, I was like, holy cow. Convergence, Superman, Man of Steel, number 1 and 2, with these stupid variant covers. Yeah, Here's Swamp Thing number 1, 2. Convergence. Convergence. Never want to take the word convergence ever again. I don't know what I did with the extra covers. They must have made their way into a different box. These are all the variant covers. And I know I had a few of the regular ones. Here's Titans number 1, 2. I did have a couple earlier in the box, but I thought I had more than that. Wonder Woman number 1, 2. And World's Finest number 1, number 2. At least they had the good sense to put scribbly on the cover. And that's it. That's the end of the box. Holy cow. What time is it? 4:30. I started at what, 1? 3.5 hours. Yeah, that's about right, I guess. About average so far for what we've been doing. All right, let me go to the blog spot and stick this list on there. All right, list is live on Blogspot. I can try, John. I don't really know how to use any of it yet. So I signed up, and then they popped up with the message for the the dollar match. And yeah, I'm live, Razor. Hey, buddy. Um, I was just adding the list. I just got done doing another long box to add to the sales list on Blogspot. So that's what I've been doing. And but yeah, John, I'm not sure. I signed up to sell on Whatnot, but I haven't actually done anything with it yet. I got to figure out my camera and all that because I want to use the overhead camera if I can from the laptop. Matt's telling me I can do that, but I haven't set anything up yet. Apparently, you have to go ahead and schedule a show. And I just kind of wanted to play with it and see how it could work first, but it looks like I got to go ahead and schedule a show and just do it. So I don't know. I'm probably if yeah, I've got like 325 followers on there, so more than likely you might be on there as a friend. I don't really know. Um, yeah, I don't think there was really anything you'd be interested in, Razor. If you want to watch it, I think you'll definitely want to speed through it. These are kind of on the boring side. We did have some interesting discussion along the way, though. But John Berry 35. Yeah, I'll have to look around and find it. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I followed you, so I don't know if that automatically puts you in as a friend or not. It's amazing to me that I have 325 followers on there when I've never done anything on there except buy stuff. Um, so I don't know. I got to play with it and figure it out more of it, and maybe I'll try and do a show tomorrow because I have to do it by basically by the end of Friday in order to qualify for the dollar match. So I'll see what I can figure out with it. I'll probably play with that the rest of the night. Yeah, I've been on there for quite a while too, just buying stuff, but I've never, the selling looks like it's a whole different animal and how to set it right. And, if you want to do flat rate shipping, how to get that set. Nobody seems to ever get that correct when they're first trying to do it. So all that kind of stuff is worrisome a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why there's so many people following me on there unless they just know me from here and they figure I'm going to start selling at some point, which turns out they may be right, but it's kind of weird. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for keeping me company while I do this. I think it's the first time I've gone through the whole show without being alone, at least part of the time. So I thank you. Yoda thanks you. Zoro thanks you. And we'll see you soon. Have a good night, guys.